Ridge revels in his beautiful blended family being together in one place. Welcome to my channel. More update videos, please subscribe my YouTube channel. At Steffy's beach house, Liam continued to discuss his uneasiness with Thomas being back in Hope's orbit. If it's not work or parenting, why do you think Hope and Thomas want to spend all this time together? Steffy asked. Liam insisted that he had made peace with knowing that Douglas would always be a thread that tied Hope and Thomas together. Liam explained that he had a feeling something was amiss, but he worried about coming off as an overbearing, overprotective, controlling husband. Steffy assured Liam that no one thought that. She repeated her belief that Liam had no reason to fear that Thomas had feelings for Hope. Liam admitted that he had trouble rationalizing how Thomas was back in Hope's life after having done so many terrible things to her. Liam said that he hated being on high alert all the time. Steffy cocked her head to the side and asked Liam if he needed her to tell him that he was crazy. Liam thought for a moment before realizing that Hope had put up with a lot of his own issues. He wondered if Hope was just a very generous person. He paused for a moment before commenting that he might not be able to understand Hope because he was not a generous person. Before leaving for work, Steffy told Liam that Thomas was in a much better place and understood how lucky he was to have another chance. Liam showed up late for a meeting at Il Giardino with Wyatt and a client. By the time he arrived, the meeting was over, and the client was gone. Liam confessed that he'd made an unexpected stop to talk to Steffy. Annoyed, Wyatt pressed for details of what was more important than a meeting that had been on the books for weeks. Liam looked around the restaurant for their server. "No food, see till you explains," Wyatt replied. Liam shared that Steffy had once again assured him that he had no reason to be worried about Thomas. Liam hoped that with the entire Forrester family seemingly happy, it would mean that Thomas would keep his damn head on straight. In the executive office at Forrester Creations, an overjoyed Ridge put one arm around Thomas and one around RJ before announcing, "The Forrester men back together in this building." Ridge believed the possibilities were endless. Hope and Brooke told Thomas that Ridge had been pressuring RJ to work at Forrester. "Too bad for him that I inherited all of his stubbornness," RJ mused. Ridge noted that RJ had also inherited his ambition and Brooke's ingenuity. Thomas and Taylor exchanged uncomfortable glances. Ridge explained that Eric had built Forrester Creations to share with his kids. Ridge said that he planned to do that with his kids. Ridge asked Thomas to convince RJ to join the company. Thomas replied that he wasn't sure that RJ wanted or even needed to join Forrester. Thomas said he was impressed by the content that RJ had been posting online. Taylor interjected that Ridge should just be happy that RJ was home. Thomas told RJ that his name was Ridge Jr. and that he'd always have a place at Forrester Creations should he want it. RJ asked if Ridge wanted all of his kids working at the company. Brooke, who had been a silent, albeit uneasy, observer, assured RJ that neither she nor Ridge would force him into something that he did not want. "Follow your own path," Brooke said. Ridge hoped that the path would lead to the executive suite. RJ and Thomas spoke quietly in a corner of the office. Thomas apologized to RJ for the things that he had done to hurt both of their families. RJ nodded understandingly. RJ stated that he did not want to become involved in any family drama. Thomas and RJ looked to the other side of the office and smiled as they watched Brooke, Hope, Ridge, and Taylor sharing a laugh. RJ admitted that one of the reasons he had returned to Los Angeles was to see Taylor and Brooke's friendship in person. Thomas apologized for Ridge pressuring RJ to return to Forrester. It's hard to make a name for yourself when you share yours with someone as legendary as Ridge Forrester, RJ replied with a chuckle. Steffi walked into the room and commented that Chili had been chattering on about some big surprise. Steffi's eyes moved around the office and eventually landed on RJ. She raced over to her brother and gave him a big hug. Steffi wondered why no one had told her that RJ was returning home. RJ replied that he hadn't told anyone. "Look at Dad's face," Steffi said with a laugh. Ridge raised his eyebrows. "What about my face?" he quipped. Steffi was happy, though a bit surprised, that RJ and Thomas seemed to be getting along. Steffi asked RJ what brought him back to Los Angeles. RJ cryptically replied that he had some opportunities but also wanted to spend time with his family. Ridge asked if it would be possible for all of them to get together for a big family photo, something he didn't think would have been possible before Brooke and Taylor's détente. Hope offered to take the photo, but Ridge told Hope she needed to be part of the photo. "You're not my daughter, but you're a part of my family," Ridge explained. "We got half-brother and half-sisters and mothers and dads, and we're all here," Ridge beamed. Ridge said that people always told him that he had two families, but he didn't believe that. "I have one beautiful blended family, and I wouldn't change a thing," he said. Steffi motioned that it was time for Ridge to stop talking and take the family selfie. After getting a few pointers on how to take the perfect group selfie, Ridge snapped the photo he had wanted for so long.